Okay, I did look a guy just now. We have fucked up now. We are just gonna go see if we choose this. It's gonna be a game over. And yeah, I did say before this, so luckily I can just say I don't have any evidence. But let's see this game over. It's a piece of leather cloth. Yes, it's most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim on it. What? Whose fingerprints are those on it? I'm so right to have the checked, haven't you? Well, whose are they? They are Miss Emma Sky. What? They are mine? So I really did do it. See, I told you it was conclusive. But this was found in your safe. That means possibly you forgery it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in any safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? But give it up, Mr. Wright. Okay. It's over. Okay. Let's load this. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence that I can present at this point in time. What? You lie, Chief Gaunt. You opened my safe. You know. Oh, I know you took what it was inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Wright. Don't you show them? We found it here. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gaunt? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like a part of it being cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means the chief of police had concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gal, Writer. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive on the crime scene that day. And then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Mrs. Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. And I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And it ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance. I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jaw fragment? I hid the most liable part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to get and wipe the blood of all the pieces. But if you fabricate all the evidence, What's to say you didn't fabricate the message on the jar too? Oh ho ho. Some fool people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept it one more item for— You mean the piece of cloth? Come on, Whitehall, cough up. You know, you know you have it already. What are you waiting for? So you admit to it then, Chief Gunn, that you were hiding this piece of cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe? Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that being chief and all, but it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. White, what do I have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence. You can foolish move, right though. You should have shown it then, before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of the truth is finally arriving. As long as I don't mess up the hair, I'm gonna save again, because I do not wanna fail again. Your Honor, I do have evidence for that now. Alright, I see the evidence that shows who I— Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, the person personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. At last, you finally brought it up. There's a handprint on it. Piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requested immediately sent to lab analysis. The handprint had on the leather must have been strong impacted for clearly. You mean it could not have been forged, it must have been authentic, conclusive evidence. Oh ho ho. You're a slow one to uptake, yes, even worthy. What? Think about it. White had all this time to present this evidence. Yet, he was reluctant to do so. Why would you do that? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that, Mr. Wright? Do you really know? Whoever's fingerprints belong must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. I should be okay now. Everything is proceeding as predicted. The person whom these fingerprints belong to. Emma Sky? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? Oh ho 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 ho. You're really something, right though. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still try to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall on his death. How could you? You monster! Mrs. Sky. You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't? Mrs. Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to processing charges after the defendant is convicted. I have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you're absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is it this fool's babbling about. I'm talking about contradiction on one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Guns, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. It's clean. I would say it's the murder picture, and what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Mrs. Sky took. A good look at it. See where the pieces of the vest was cut out? Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. And it's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured before punctured blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. Wait, there's no blood on it. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled by the sword at the time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gunn, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armored sword? Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose so left behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only a moment ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's chest. Ironic, isn't it? Though it is a very act of creating insurance. You proved that you were the actual murderer. No! It's finally all over. Oh, that was close right away. You almost had me. Sorry, but you have to do better than that. Your allegations. What do you mean? You refute his allegations. You see that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Adji? Earlier, all right to here concealed that piece of cloth. So then what's your excuse, right? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Well, that's true. The defense did refute the present evidence. At the moment, the piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Oh, did you actually think you could be spastic me in court? It looks like the last laugh on you, boy. I'm afraid Mr. Gunn claims it's legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, true. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Huh? What? Well, Mr. Wright? It seems at last. Okay. Saving. Important. The time for the reveal reveal my plan has finally arrived, Mr. Wright. Do you admit to it? That you purposely... I did. No, if I admit to that, all my planning will have been for nothing. It seems, Mr. Wright, I don't understand. I admit, I refused to present it at one point. So the evidence is illegal. No, it isn't, Mr. Gaunt. Huh? It's not that I didn't present the evidence then, it's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Archie, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe it. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present this evidence. If you can prove your content was the violation... This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma's sky fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written here in the book, the second rule of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without an approval of the police department. I found a piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2, unrestricted evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove it was relevant. Between the cloth and the SL9 incident? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take a look at this picture and... Sorry, but you can recall when was that picture presented? It was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, the piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave its value as evidence was you, Damon Gaunt. You yourself confessed to certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut off this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. No. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before the prosecutor marshal in this final moment. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who could have been Damon Gaunt. The killer was you. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good for nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. The crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yes, that's right. If evidence instead I lose my only chance of finding out the truth. Please, you gotta help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to do. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and then tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted me to file a lost items report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was talking, the evidence are taken. It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall. Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words, and had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up S9. That's when I saw it, the accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would only lead more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I worried so much about the floor I did realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint. The handprint of Detective Goodman Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has a start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Gah. Leaving the prosecution cog aside, how could you get Mrs. Guy involved in all this? Well, she had much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker? I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So you left the jaw fragments and the glove. Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crime than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what I really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Algie. What? Looks like we have to cancel our launch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry to Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Algie. Thanks for all the memories though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you are right here, and Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The real melodic sounds of a new thing. There's two things I want to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon again betrayed you for the beginning. You see, Mr. Guy, you no longer have any reason to keep silence. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gaunt help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky, I can't get you out of all your troubles. What high standard you have for a rookie. I can see why Mrs. Mia thought you so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you too, Miss Edgeworth. And you suffered every bit as much as I have done ever these past few years. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet you was above it all and guide Mr. Guy to victory. You done well, Miss Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining in this order for all of us, Miss Sky. Yes, Your Honor. Your innocence of murder, however, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact that you still acted as his accomplice, a trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something not amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, okay. Okay, well, this trial has gone on for too long. Regarding the charge of murder, the court finds defendant Mrs. Lana Sky not guilty. That is all. This court is now adjourned. February 25, 5:03 p.m. District Court Defendant's Lobby number 2. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry for your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now after the trial ended, I can't see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past 2 years. You done well. You know, I did my best too. But Alana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I don't interrupt anything else. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gaucho, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around while on duty. And on top of it, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, that's not pals. I'm only kidding. Are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal, and me. That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Lana? Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis? I asked God to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. I was scared that you will look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of you, how you reacted to me. But sis, you were doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis? I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it, Emma. I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy. Of course. You know, sis. I always keep that one day you come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Emma. Okay. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is to try to make it up for better. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find a way to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on forward a brighter future. At least that was how I felt watching those two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe, me. Thank both of you for all you're doing. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right? Edgeworth, stop hiding and come over here. Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, well, have we go now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes, Miss Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. Despite you despise Kramer, I can feel it. You and me we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will understand. You'll see what it takes to bring them down once you try go it alone. And to despise criminals, I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crimes my own, I need a weapon. That's scary, but I know that's to be true for quite some time now. But that's rough. Who knows, given enough time I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That's the thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Them Gant and your mentor Manfred von Kammer were both the best of the best when they came to fighting crime, but they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to the trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Yeah. What is this? A pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, evidence, huh? Yes, something that me, Edward, and Noah, I would be able to find out on our own. Yes, what could this be? It's, yes. What could this be? Yes, who? That's the picture I do. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half on the evidence list and I had the other. Apart, wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Miss Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Miss Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends I need to wrap up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can't let what happened kill the prosecutor in your... Or you can let it help you now. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you. Or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. I better be going too. Okay. But I'll be by to visit soon. I see we both have a lot to learn and catching up to. Here, a little something too for you. Scientific investigation. It's the first book I ever bought. Studied it well. Thanks, yes, I will. Yes. And so another case came to close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time to start on a new journey on my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't taking off just yet, pal. What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this, but I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 20 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, haha. You'll see. Mr. White, here's the one who be footing the bill. What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Thank you, Mr. White. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all pay it off together? Yeah, what? That's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. Oh. Okay. I arranged for a friend of mine you would take there. I hope she has please study under the top corner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days as prosecutor's office. Still, I managed to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. I don't know if I will have this. I don't know how I'm going to cut this, so I'm sorry if there's something weird about cutting. There is a time limit on the PlayStation that is 60 minutes for rendering, so yeah, yikes, I thought it was gone for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation. The chief's office, if we penalized you anymore, it's worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. I just goes to show you can't shake me off that easily. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the project at least. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? A security guard, my partner, keeps an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though somehow I'm going to make detective. Yes sir, then I can just like that Dick Gumshoe. Yeah. I don't know when I'm going to bring the sequel, because I bought a trilogy, so I can play. Of course, I can play off 3 games now, but I would probably just take a break from one and maybe play something else in the period of time. The next project. I don't know if I have the interest of continuing any of the project I have started. Horizon Zero Dawn I haven't played since I quit it on Let's Play, and Bloodborne is I have continued playing it myself because it's hard to cutting it. What is it? Can you see here? I'm having a showdown with Al Stakelands, but my stomach managed to sneak this to me. I'm seeing off the gut. Well, Cowboy, it looks like you did it. You have to give Babima back her. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As farewell gift, I put out new menu on the menu. Okay, the top layers taste as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. Just make sure you not eat it backwards. Location Ben Judah. Okay. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see what's his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something other for well, anyway, I got another trial to get to, so I better be oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, I gotta go. Yeah, if you like, yes, if you like and subscribe, comment, do something more. Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, something I do miss hearing about is on your objections. Still, I can't get to go back until I perfect my spirit medium. Mystique Maya, afternoon training about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. This was a long trial. I think it's the longest in as in episodes. And this is episode 41, if I believe right. Miss Edgeworth, Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on? Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you for so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Oh, how sweet. Rise from the ashes, trophy earned. That's nice. Yeah. Bye. Have a nice day. Hope you had a good day.